Welcome to the Speak with People podcast, where we believe that healthy communication is the key to unlocking your leadership potential. We are the go-to resource for leaders looking to greatly improve their communication skills, whether it's one-on-one interactions, team settings, public speaking, or your digital communication. By improving these skills, leaders can create stronger connections and drive positive change within their organization. Each and every episode, we sit down with leaders from various fields, just like you're grabbing a cup of coffee with them. We dive into real, practical conversations. Our goal is to help you transform your communication skills so you can lead more effectively, build stronger relationships, and make a lasting impact. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's learn together. Are you ready to have your best year yet in 2025? Come on. I wish I had the button that had like the little balloons that go up and the party poppers, and it would be amazing because yes, this is the point of this series. You, my friend, are going to have your best year yet. Personally, you're going to have it with your business, with your speaking, with your whatever you do for a living. I really believe that 2025 is going to be one for the record books for you. Are you ready? Like, is that what you want? Now, we've had 3 weeks in this series so far. First week, we talked about our leadership. We talked about how we can cast big vision, have giant impact. The second week, we talked about our communication skills. We've got to drastically improve our communication skills. And so often as leaders, we think about that just when we're up in front. Yes, I love what Jeff Henderson says. Leadership eventually follows the microphone. Yes, the more you're up in front of people, the more you're using a microphone, you're going to get a tap on the shoulder saying, hey, can you lead this initiative? Hey, can you lead this project? Can you take this team? Can you do all of those kind of things? But our interpersonal, our everyday, our people first communication skills, our team communication skills. Just to pause in the action, as a company, Speak with People, we're here to help you become an exceptional communicator because exceptional communicators succeed in leadership like no one else is succeeding. And so we want to help you succeed around 4 different communication disciplines. And we've written this pathway for you to take around those 4. And so the pathway kind of is a daily reminder of how to position yourself as a leader, your inner world, your outer world, and how to communicate. Those 4 disciplines is one-on-one. We call that Speak with People. It's to a team. We call that Lead with People. It's from a stage. We call that Present with People. And then it's from a screen. We call that Online with People. So much of our leadership is online. So much. You're probably either watching this on YouTube or you're listening to it, or you've watched a reel from this. So many of us are writing emails. So anyways, it's those 4 disciplines that we want to help you become exceptional in. Absolutely, positively exceptional. And so that's why we're doing the series Best Year Yet, because we want 2025 to be the most kick-ass year that you've had ever. Personally, for your business, for your leadership, for your role in the organization. We want you to experience things that you never have. And so that's why we hit your leadership, your communication. And then last week, episode 3, we talked about our connections. As much as I don't want to connect with people when I'm at conferences or regional events or networking meetings, I'd rather just sit there and take it all in. It is so incredibly valuable and important to continually be connecting with people. So it's absolutely huge. It's what we need to do. And so today we're going to talk about how to dream and make it happen. How to dream and then make it happen. And so how is your dreaming going? I love this quote by Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Can we be honest? How many of us are actually doing that, though? How many of us? There have been parts of 2023, 2024, especially 2022, just beat me down. Can you relate? Have you been beat down? And so today we want to talk about how to identify our passions and set big goals. We want to overcome some fear and self-doubt. We want to celebrate progress. We want to take some actionable steps forward. C.S. Lewis said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Did you get that? C.S. Lewis, the great C.S. Lewis, who was turned down hundreds of times before a publisher actually published one of his amazing books. He said, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You're never too old. Sometimes I felt that. I'm here at 49. I feel like the first 25 years of my career have vanished. They weren't high earning years. And so now these next 25 years of my career, I am out on a mission. I am out on a mission to not just earn, because I believe Speak with People is going to become a movement. I believe at some point you're going to be driving down a highway and you're going to see a Speak with People, not at them billboard all over this country. I think that at some point the book in 2025 will be out, Speak with People, not at them, turning awkward conversations into meaningful connections. I think at some point there'll be a Speak with People book for teenagers, a Speak with People book for kids, because I believe this is, to my core, this is a game changer for leaders. This is a game changer for human beings. If you learn how to speak with people and not at them, you will expand and grow your influence. You will succeed as a human being. Why? Because your words are ordered. You calculate encouraging and positive words to speak into this world. And so, what are your dreams? How are you going to make those dreams happen? How are you going to do that? Now, listen, we all probably have some type of goal framework. We've all used the SMART goals framework at some point, right? S, specific. How specific are your goals? I read more research. I use this in my training, but when you write something down and you commit to it on paper and actually write it down, and for me, I actually have the SMART goals on a bulletin board in front of my desk, because every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, there are some very specific goals that I need to do. I'll give you some of mine. Every single day, I have to make 20 prospecting or send 20 prospecting emails, either cold, lukewarm, or hot. I need to make at least 5 to 10 phone calls a day. And I need to get at least 5 to 7 meetings a week set up. So every day I've got to be working on those goals every single day. Every single day I've got to write at least an hour and a half. That's a huge thing. And so that's like a weekly. That's a daily. A weekly, every week I want to be applying for some type of TEDx event or some type of conference. And so I want to be sending those applications all of the time. Weekly, I have a goal in my leader database that I'm researching leaders that I want to send them information about Speak with People and how Speak with People could partner with their company. Those are some of my very specific goals. What are yours? That's specific. M, measurable. Are your goals measurable? Okay, I've done it so many times in the past, but I've set goals that were like, I want to have 130, okay. I got to really be realistic and set measurable goals. Then the A, are these achievable? Well, you better bet they're achievable. 2024, I had 51 speaking engagements, 51 speaking engagements. And I got a giant goal for 2025. Giant goal. So, are they achievable? Are they relevant? Like, what kind of goal? Like, make sure your goals are actually relevant. My goal. I love this podcast. But right now, the podcast, I don't necessarily get paid to do the podcast. I do the podcast because I really believe that we need to listen to conversations. We need to learn from incredible leaders who are 10, 15, 5 to 30 steps down the road. And for whatever reason, Speak with People has been given the leverage to interview global leaders who are at the top of their game. And I want to present these conversations, these leadership conversations that will hopefully spark some type of life change or transformation in you. That's right, in you and in me. I mean, I look at the Lead with People series that we just got out of. So many life-changing, transformational moments of wisdom and nuggets of truth. And so, are they relevant? And then, are they time-bound? You've got to I've been working on my book for 2 years. 2 years I've been trying to write this thing. And, I complained and moaned and whined a lot about it. I'm not anymore. I'm just like, okay, I've got to finish it. I got to bring it through because I really believe that this is going to be helpful. But I've missed a lot of deadlines. And so now it's like, okay, I just got to make sure I'm set on that. So what are you doing to set those type of goals? I also bought a giant calendar that's right outside my office. I have the dates on it. And then I also make sure on that smart board, I have everything broken down. So I'm looking at it every single day. So what do you got to overcome to do this? I was just talking with a leader this morning about fear. Fear's phenomenal. Fear is so good at its job. Fear sucks the life out of you. What fear does is it causes you to forget all of the stuff you've accomplished, forget all of the amazing things that's happened. It like wipes it from your memory. It's amnesia. It's like creates amnesia in you. And so what do you got to overdo to overcome that fear? I think a couple things. One, you've got to start visualizing. You got to start visualizing. One of my good friends, Jessica, I spent some time with her this last week when I was speaking at a conference, and she challenged me. She's like, okay, this week you're going to write a letter to yourself. You're going to write down the goals. You're going to write down what you're dreaming. And in 1 year, you're going to open up this letter and you're going to see, it's things like that I have not done yet. Now I'm going to do them. I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to speak them into existence. I mean, for Pete's sakes, right? Depending on if you're a person of faith or not, the God of the universe created everything by just speaking. And so since we're made in his image, we get to speak things into existence as well. So I'm speaking them every single morning. And so what do you have to do? So one, for me, it's those positive affirmations. It's the visualization. Two, do you have a support system for your accountability? I'm thinking about starting a Facebook group just for speakers who want to make sure that we're all checking in with each other. Are we prospecting? Are we reaching out? We're doing those kind of things. Let me go back to C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Then, if you're going to keep doing these things, you got to celebrate along the way. You got to celebrate. I was thinking about this walking into a store the other day. I used to work on a team, and we would always do a right, wrong, missing, confusing. Right, wrong, missing, confusing, strat op after everything we did. And after a while, I was gone for a few weeks and I got back and the team was like, oh yeah, we don't do the rights anymore. We just want to go right to the wrongs. And I was like, you can't do that because you absolutely need to identify and celebrate the rights. Because if you're just always concentrating on the negative and the wrongs, the team is going to be demoralized. So celebrate the small wins. And then lastly, make sure you're actually taking action on this stuff. Nothing happens unless there's action. So reflect on the bold dreams you want to pursue. Will you right now, as soon as this episode's done, will you maybe do the exercise I'm doing? I'm writing a letter to myself. Include in there what you want your personal life to be like, you want your family life to be like. I mean, it's down to a T of like, I'm believing in 2025, I'm going to buy a new car. It's been a long, long time, but I'm going to buy a new car in 2025. I mean, I'm going to take my family on a 3-week vacation. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of my existence and my life. So those are important things to me. So figure out yours and write them down. And then break it down into visual steps. Do you have it broken down? My year's broken into quarters. Each quarter has its main emphasis, its main goals. And then commit to celebrating. So here's the thing. Don't forget a couple things. One, if you got all the way to the end here, January 1st, I'm making a huge announcement. Speak with people. I really think I'm going to invite you into something that has the potential to drastically change how you lead and communicate. Number 2, if you missed that Lead with People series, go back through, watch each episode. It's on YouTube, it's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's all those different kind of things. And then 3, would you be a friend of the podcast and rate, leave a review, subscribe, follow, and then would you send this? If I could just get, 15, 20, 30, 40 people sending an episode out every single week, amazing things will happen with this podcast, and we really will develop into a movement. Okay, we got one episode left in this series. I can't wait to tackle it. We'll see you in the 5th and final episode. Thank you for listening to the Speak with People podcast, where we believe that healthy communication is the key to unlocking your leadership potential. Thank you for leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And thank you for every like and every comment. Every single time you cut and copy a link and send it to a coworker or a friend, it absolutely means the world, and it helps each other transform our communication skills. Lastly, don't forget about a great resource that's available to you, our communication skills library. At the end of every episode, we ask each guest their favorite speaker, their favorite podcast, their favorite book, and we've compiled all of those resources together to give you an amazing library to continue your growth and development. Thank you again for being a listener and for being a part of the Speak with People community.